So should be video number 2 or 3. One of my first on my first rides. Just stopped at a friend's place. Gonna wait for this bus to go. Taking 0 chances on the old flashing light in the school bus. You never know where the kids are gonna go, and you never know where the cops are gonna be just watching you. So we'll stay safe for the kids. So yeah, I don't think my first ride video came out, which really stinks, but hopefully this one will be a little better. I'm out for what's basically my first ride on a 2012 Honda ST1300. It's, I guess, springtime 2013. Bought this bike last fall. Just picked the bike up from the dealer an hour or so ago. I've got about 40 kilometers on the bike at this point. Just really taking her easy, breaking in, enjoying the ride. The bike's pretty smooth. It's taken a little while to get used to the clutch and the brakes, of course. It's a lot more powerful than my last ride, so that's a bit of a concern. I don't want to overdrive my skills. Also, the brakes are new, the tires are new, the engine's new, and the driver's rusty, since it's been a whole winter season since I've had the opportunity to ride. So it's going to take her easy and enjoy. Nothing like a good ride on a nice day. So not the nicest of day, but this is really a good ride. I like to fish, and one of the sayings we have when fishing is a bad day of fishing beats a good day of work. So I think a bad day of weather riding still beats a good day at work. Still getting the handle and the feel of the clutch and the brake on this bike. Drove one last year on a demo ride with Honda and loved it. I think it's really the bike for me and for what the sort of riding I like doing. So I'll be doing a review of this bike. I know why I chose this over many others. And we'll see as we go. My videos hopefully will be informative. I think they're going to come from a slightly different perspective, being a little older. See, it's a little cool. 8 degrees. Let's just slide that old electric windshield up and slip into that bubble of quiet, still air. Quite amazing. That was one of the features that blew me out of the water on the test drive. Even on a short test drive, you can slide the windshield up and just go ooh, and it is definitely an ooh moment. So yeah, not only is this my first major ride on this bike, or even on this type of bike, on this particular bike as well, it's also the first ride of the season. So I'm taking it easy because I'm rusty. Drivers are not used to seeing riders out there yet, so definitely driving with extra caution. Although it's always a good idea to drive with extra caution. So yeah, we'll see. I'm running a Drift Ghost HD mounted on my helmet. So I apologize for the bopping around as I do my shoulder checks and my lane checks. But I'm going to ride safe, and hopefully, if you think my riding is safe and you're watching this and you're fairly new at riding, you sort of learned something. And if you think I'm riding like an idiot, well, leave me a comment. But I think we're going to find that unless I do something dumb, I'm not too much of a crazy rider. I'm not very aggressive. I sort of go for safety first and enjoyment second, because if you're not safe, no matter how much fun it is, it won't be fun for long. And recovery and all that sort of stuff can keep you off the bike. So I'd rather be safe first and fun second, so that the fun continues. So this is sort of a nice little ride, just not far from my home. As you can see, everything's brown, still the odd patch of snow around in some of the shady spots. So yeah, the motor's fresh and new, so I'm going to be varying the speed a little bit more than I normally would, sliding it down a little bit, working the gears in the gearbox to get everything sort of broken in. This is an area where people with more money than brains live. No, that's not a golf course, that's a private residence. Although there are a lot of golf courses in the area. Bike is really smooth. I find quite a bit of torque. I haven't really opened it up, nor am I planning on to, till I get at least a couple hundred more kilometers on her. That would be a gratuitous downshift just to move it into some higher RPMs for a little while. Let's give it, 30 seconds to something slightly higher. And then snicker down a gear. Gotta watch the speed along here. The local constabulary likes to make some profit. Road's a little dirty in this stretch of the road too, so definitely another reason to keep the speeds down. We've had a couple of little sprinkles, but no real gully washer to wash away the winter grime. So another reason to take her easy, as if I needed any more with a new bike and new tires and new brakes. She leans in really well. I'd really like to give her a little juice and lean her over, but I think that, what's that line from George Bush? Wouldn't be prudent. So I might be a frickin' nutcase, but I'm not crazy. I'm not going to get myself killed. Last thing I want to do on the first day, I think I said this before, is going to work the next day, talking to friends and colleagues, and saying, when they ask, how's the new bike, I say, oh yeah, it's pretty good, except I wrecked. So yeah, I won't want to be doing that. Perspective is maybe a little different than some of the other moto vloggers. A little older than your average moto vlogger. Most of the guys on YouTube, like Motonosity and More Death and that crowd, some great videos. I've learned a lot from those guys. Enjoyed watching a lot of their videos over the winter. And they seem to be a younger crowd, and a lot of them are riding sport bikes. So I'm not quite so young. I'm not old enough to ride a geezer glide yet. Not ready for that, but so I think this bike fits my style pretty well. A little bit of power, a little bit of performance, and good for the long haul, which is sort of what I like. The dash and the instrumentation, well, they're a little old school these days, but old school also tends to equal to reliable in my book. And when you're 1,000 miles from home and a couple hundred miles from the nearest anything that vaguely resembles a dealer, reliability is a good thing. So if you're just putting around town and something breaks down, well, you can call a buddy, you can call a mate, you can call the dealer, you can call the auto club, and they can tow you to the nearest place and get yourself fixed. But if you're out running the road to Prudhoe Bay, or up in the Arctic, or even out on the long and lonesome prairies, when you break down and you stop for a pee, you want to get going. And if you don't go and you're broken down, well, that's a problem. And so reliability, I think, is number one. But we'll go into all the reasons and details of how I ended up choosing this bike down the road. For now, I'm just enjoying my first ride. I don't know how much longer I'm going to ride on this thing today. Probably put 100 kilometers or so, coming up to a little loop I like to do, and I'll probably just shut up and ride, and you can ride along with me. That ahead of us is the road to Rattlesnake Point. It's a bit of a notorious road for bikers. Great road for newbies to drop their bike the first time. A little twisty, a little gravelly, and look at the amount of gravel on there now. Yeah, there's no way I'm going anywhere near that today. I'll take you on it one of these days coming up. Actually, coming up on the right here is one of the little local roads I like to ride. We're going to be skipping her today. Again, given the road conditions, it tends to be pretty gravelly, and it's going to be pretty bad right after the winter. So I'm going to skip her and ride her another day, and I'll take you with me when I ride her. This is a nice little twisty bit, but there's always a lot of traffic, and there's quite often a police officer sitting at the bottom to give you a performance award for your good driving. So we'll take her easy through here. Yeah, a good bit of gravel too to deal with. Yeah, no aggressive riding yet, that's for sure. There's the ice house. It's kind of a famous gathering for bikers. A couple of the boys out today. Gonna sort of backtrack and make my way home. It's getting a little colder, 5 degrees at this point, and while I'll ride in 5, I'm afraid we might get a little bit of a sprinkle. And, well, I'm just not in the mood to clean this puppy, to be honest with you. It's nice and clean, and I like to keep her that way. You know, water's flowing now, well there. The lake is, looks like it's getting ready to thaw, or starting to thaw at least. Yeah, a little water. I'll take her easy through here for sure. This is a bit of a nice nice little stretch of road in the fall when you got some leaves on the trees and some colors in the trees. It's kind of nice.